The Toronto Blue Jays rally back in Game 7 of the ALCS, punching their ticket to the World Series for the first time in 32 years. We'll find out how local fans are celebrating the big win. Plus, a Cambridge emergency shelter at capacity. Why women seeking a safe place to stay are being turned away. And step into the world of The Handmaid's Tale, the new exhibition and tour in Cambridge. CTV News at 5 starts right now. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for joining us. Toronto Blue Jays fans right across the country continued to ride the high after the team punched their ticket to the World Series last night. They won Game 7 over Seattle with George Springer delivering a much-needed home run.
And a swing and a fly ball to left field. Back goes Arozarena. She's gone!
You can hear the Rogers Center absolutely erupt. Fans going wild when Springer smacked a go-ahead 3-run homer in the 7th inning, giving the Jays a 4-3 lead. The improbable comeback was completed when Jeff Hoffman got the final 3 outs in the top of the 9th. This will be the first time the Blue Jays have made it to the World Series in 32 years. And it was no surprise the player who was named MVP of the series.
What a show he put on of all-around baseball excellence. Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Vladdy put together one of the greatest Octobers in Blue Jays history, and the Montreal-born player tied a franchise record with 6 playoff homers. He also hit .385 with 3 doubles and 3 home runs during the American League Championship Series. So now the Jays will face the defending champion Los Angeles Dodgers. Game 1 goes Friday night at the Rogers Center. Of course, it has fans right across Canada celebrating and looking forward to what's next, including many local fans who watch from home or at a bar, or some who were even lucky enough to be at the stadium for that epic Game 7. Friends Bridget and Chelsea from the Guelph area had tickets to the game, and they say the atmosphere was almost beyond words.
When Georgie, you know, hit that, everybody, the whole place erupted.
It was insane. It was so insane.
It was palpable. It was like the whole city was in that stadium.
So much to talk about here at 6. Jeff Pickle will bring us more local reaction from fans and businesses after the Jays punch their ticket.
The following is a message from the Canadian National Public Alerting System.
Ontario Amber Alert in effect. The Peel Regional Police have requested an Amber Alert on October 21, 2025. Victim 1 Skylar Rose Deschaper, 1 years old, girl, white. Suspect 1 Anthony Deschaper, 38 years old, male, white. Suspect vehicle is a 2024 black Nissan Kick license plate FRV4520, Quebec. Last seen in Brampton. If observed, call 911 https://amberalert.up.ca.
Had 77 requests for space that we were unable to accommodate those women. It doesn't mean that that was 77 individual women, but 77 requests for space, and it could be the same woman who calls 1 or 2 or 3 days in a row.
Coming up at 6, CTV's Karis Map has more on the demand for services for vulnerable women. Also tonight, a closer look at avian flu concerns in Wellington County. Murphy Park in Mount Forest is open again after a precautionary closure following the discovery of some dead geese floating in a river, and an avian flu outbreak at a nearby commercial poultry farm.
Wellington, Dufferin, Guelph County was one of the first places to get it in a commercial flock. The human risk, though, is extremely, extremely, extremely low. In this instance, up in Murphy Park, the township closed it just out of additional precautions. We did talk to them this week and suggest to reopen it once the carcasses were removed.
The Canadian Wildlife Health Cooperative says it's now presumed that the geese in the river died from avian flu. CTV's Hannah Schmidt hears more about the local precautions being taken coming up at 6. But for now, Leanne, I'll send things back over to you.
Okay, Tony, thanks very much. And Alex joins us next as we take a look at the forecast. Great fall day out there. Temperatures were actually nice this afternoon. If you got outside for a little bit, the sun was shining. Kind of a perfect October day.
It was a perfect fall day, and it was actually a little bit warmer than we were expecting. We potentially could have hit a high of 12 degrees, and we went above that by a few more, so
nice.
15 was our daytime high. But with that, yes, we are still seeing some wet weather making its way towards us here in southern and southwestern Ontario. And a note to a special weather statement just put in place. Brief period of gusty southwesterly winds expected for some areas. So if you're in the Strathroy, Sarnia, Windsor area, for example, this could impact you. So a line of showers along a cold front may produce that brief wind gust. So we could see that anywhere between 70 and 85 kilometers an hour. So something we're going to be keeping an eye in the next hour about as well. So 15 still for us here in Waterloo Region, with again is our daytime high, new daytime high, if you will, since we surpassed our expected high of 12 degrees. Many other areas sitting around 15, 16, 14, so slightly above seasonal for today. And as we take a live look outside this hour from Blair, we are noticing some beautiful colors out there too, especially this week. Many are starting to peak, and a little sunshine for us here.
Yeah, I know we've been talking about that, but every day I see the colors pop more.
More and more.
Okay, we'll take a quick break. We'll tell you what you need to know. Get ready for a spooktacular time in downtown Fergus this weekend. From 10 a.m. until noon on Saturday, check out the Halloween Haunt Street Walk. Gather the kids, grab the costumes, and check out all of the free activities happening. Stay with us.
Well, it is time, of course, to winterize your fruit trees. And if you haven't gotten some bulbs in the ground yet, now might be a good time. We're back here at Royal City Nursery with Tanya Wolfson. Great to see you.
Awesome to see you. It is beautiful, beautiful fall.
It is. Yeah.
Love, love, love this weather.
We're really enjoying this weather. When the weather, of course, starts to cool down, this is when we are starting to think about winterizing some things outside in our backyard, our gardens. We've got a nice, this is a crabapple tree, you said. Awesome. Crabapple tree. So if someone has something similar to this, this is a big eye too, what should we be doing?
So we're going to do this for anything that's in the fruit family. So whether it's ornamental like a crab, or it's our peaches, plums, nectarines, cherries, pears, apple, anything we eat. We're also going to do this with euonymus, magnolia, and a couple other things. Okay. If it's a single stem item, then it's easy enough to do one of these little spiral guards on there. Ooh, sorry, it moved in the wind. That's this.
Perfect.
So if I can get you to continue, we started this
we're
right at the
practicing
base.
a little bit.
Yep,
So
you got it.
It kind of just wants to go through, and it's.
So we want to wrap the main trunk.
Yep.
And what we're doing is actually protecting it from rabbits.
Okay.
And we got to remember, well, rabbits feasted a lot last year. You got it. You got it. You know what you're doing.
I don't think so, but that's okay.
You're doing just fine. So rabbits feasted a lot last year, and we just don't want that to happen again.
Okay.
Yep, that's it. That's it. Straight up the trunk.
Right.
So on a single trunk, super easy to do.
Yeah.
What we need to remember is that rabbits travel on top of the snow. Okay. So remember where your snow line was, and then add a couple of feet. That's where you want the end of this thing to be. So you might have to go a little higher.
Right.
If you've got branches like this that are really low, or even a burning bush, or the yew that's sitting in behind us, you may actually want to use either another one of these and just spiral it up with a branch, or you could use a product like Plant Skid. This is totally organic. It's a blood-based product, but they don't like, the critters don't like the taste of it, or they don't like the smell.
Okay.
The other thing you should do with all of your fruit trees, and again, magnolias as well, we're going to start to prevent insect and disease issues for next season. So that you're actually going to spray, again, totally organic. There's a horticultural oil and a lime sulfur, 2 parts of that one, 1 part of this one. This is called the dormant kit. Okay. So you mix this together, mix this in water and spray on, but don't do it right now, right? We want to wait until all the leaves drop. Right. So we got a little bit of time. You're going to be middle of November before you're doing that.
If you can't remember the actual name of the product, just come in and ask for the dormant kit.
You got it. We'll help you out. We talked about needing to get your bulbs in the ground.
We did.
So if you haven't done that yet, get them in the ground now, the tulips, daffodils, alliums, whatever. Love, love, love the hen manure, that little guy. And that, again, helps keep the rabbits and the mice and the squirrels from digging up your tulips.
And would this be considered almost like a last call to do this, or we still have a little bit of time?
Believe it or not, I've actually planted bulbs in my yard with a drill when the ground was frozen.
Really? Okay.
I just don't want that for everybody else.
Save the work.
Yes. And the other thing we can do, whether it's your lawn, if you haven't fertilized your lawn yet, now is still a great time to do a lawn fertilizer, or if you're doing your gardens, to do something like a bone meal in your garden, or lawn food. There it goes. There it goes. So to do a fall lawn fertilizer in your lawn right now, and that will help. Again, we're starting to think next spring. Winterizing is all about dealing with next spring and making next spring easier.
Right, doing the work now.
Yes.
So then you don't have a crazy, crazy spring.
No. We want your spring sitting on the patio with a glass of wine and a book.
That sounds pretty good.
Awesome.
All right, Danielle, always great to see you. Thank you very much for your insights. Appreciate it always.
We'll see you soon.
Taking a break, tell you what you need to know. If you're ready for a scare, the annual Carousel event is back at Riverside Park in Guelph. Stop by for sweet treats and more between 6 and 9 on Friday and Saturday. Non-perishable food or cash donations in support of the Guelph Food Bank are welcome.
When you see it happen, send it to CTV News. Text 10400. From your screen to ours. Text 10400.
It started off a little wet and dreary out there this morning, but it was nice to see the sun find its way through in Waterloo region this afternoon.
Yeah, getting a little bit of a break with that. And even out there this hour, too, that sun, for us at least, is still shining. And we're going to need it because we're going to be in for potentially some more cloud cover. And with that, some more wet weather, too, could be on the way.
Yeah, the story of the week.
Story of the week. A little rinse and repeat. We're going to get used to that. As we take a look from Blair Road and Fountain Street, beautiful, beautiful, nice blue sky. Again, we're getting a bit of a break from those earlier, darker clouds that we may have seen first thing in the morning. Depending where you were as well, you may have noticed a little bit of wet weather during your morning walk potentially, but we're starting to notice a little bit of that color changing, some nice foliage out there, and we've been pretty much saying all week from the weekend that this has been probably the best week so far to enjoy some of those beautiful, beautiful fall colors. So if you haven't had a moment to get outside and enjoy, definitely worth a walk around the neighborhood. But with that, yes, we could be in for a little bit of wet weather. Special weather statement also in place, just to note, for some areas, including Strathroy, Sarnia, and the Windsor area. Strong wind gusts expected. Earlier, too, Windsor was under a severe thunderstorm watch that has now been lifted by Environment and Climate Change Canada. But yes, this is what we're going to be keeping an eye on. Some wet weather getting into the back half of the evening tonight, into the overnight hours. Mainly some cloud cover rather, and that chance for a few showers expected to stick around. So getting into your Wednesday, this is where we're going to want to time things out a little bit. So before 12 o'clock, potentially we could be a safe zone for getting out for a walk or maybe a bike ride with the kids. But by the noon hour tomorrow, that's when we could see a little bit more rain start to head our way. And if you are going to be in that Sarnia, Chatham, Kent, Windsor area, potentially once again, showers could be heavy at times and pretty much on and off throughout the day. That's what we can expect to see. So not only for your Wednesday, Thursday, some showers on and off as well. So we should be getting some breaks in between, potentially seeing a little bit of sunshine, if not, then a little bit of cloud cover. So we're starting to dip down temperature-wise. So 15 was our daytime high today. A little bit unexpected. 12 was supposed to be our daytime high, and we did surpass that this afternoon. Many other areas across southern and southwestern Ontario sitting into that mid-teen range. So 14 in London, 15 in Sarnia, 10 though right now in Windsor this hour. So 5 degrees as are expected overnight low. Cloudy conditions, just a few showers are expected, as we noted, looking at our future cast before. And then tomorrow, a little bit bit cooler compared to what we're seeing today. 10 degrees is our expected daytime high, 60% chance of showers with, again, that cloud cover expected to stick with us as well. So, yes, bringing the umbrella to work potentially. If you want to go for a walk during the lunch hour, that's probably going to be a smart thing. But looking at our almanac, so pretty close to where we should be for this time of year. Definitely a couple of degrees above the 11 for our normal, and then record high 25.6. We set that back on this day in 2024, so just last year, and it was minus 5.6 on this day in 1922. Okay, we've now officially, in terms of that sunset, it is before 6:30 p.m. So if you're like us and yeah, wrapping up work a little bit later in the evening, we're noticing it's a little bit dark once we leave for the night. Okay, that cloud cover expected to stick with us for several days. Again, high of just 10 degrees for your Wednesday. Potentially we might not see much sun, or consistent sun rather, until the weekend, so possibly Sunday. Okay, and of course, Halloween is right around the corner. If you had a chance to join us last night during CTV News at 6, you may have noticed that we are putting a call out to showcase your haunted houses. So we're having some fun with this. And we wanted to show you during the 5 o'clock some of the submissions we've received as well. So starting with the spectacular display on Bridgeport Road East in Waterloo. Yeah, the homeowners say that this year they're going for what they call ghastly gourds with a fully immersive walkthrough this year. It's really impressive. From a witch's cabin to haunted corn maze, they have it all. Some people, the homeowners telling me, they travel from London, Windsor, even Hamilton land to check it out each year, and I've got to say, I'd be shocked, but I'm not shocked that people are traveling near and far.
Why? Look at this.
That is so neat. So yes, the effort. So we've got plans to trick or treat in Waterloo. You might want to stop up there. Okay, so Margie sending us the photo from of some skeletons rather getting ready to welcome trick or treaters in just over a week's time. Quite the spooky setup, and this is in the Mini Lakes community in Puslinch. And finally, take a look at this haunted display in Baden. The homeowners say that they've changed the theme every year. This year it's going to be a pirate ship. They're also going to be collecting donations for McMaster Sick Kids this year, as their son is actually going through treatment. So a little bit extra meaning there for them. And they get more than 700 people every year. That said, they said it's hard to count because some kids go through multiple times, and I'm not surprised that they do so. So this is on Goldschmidt Crescent in Baden if you are planning your route there. And of course, we want to see your Halloween house. So send us your photo of your home all decked out. CKCO weather at bellmedia.ca. We're going to be featuring some more of these images ahead of Halloween. And please, yes, if you're comfortable, share your address with us so we can also add it to our live map online, ctvnewskitchener.ca.
Okay, love to see all the creativity there in the haunted houses. And of course, with Halloween just over a week away, the rising price of candy has some shoppers spooked. According to the 2025 Halloween treat cost report, Canadians are set to spend 10 to 20% more on sweets this year. Experts say climate change and Canada's retaliatory tariffs are to blame for the high prices of cocoa and sugar. They say another problem is shrinkflation, with consumers paying the same or more for less product.
Some people will be disappointed by it and then say I have to give out twice as much, and it's gonna be more expensive. So shrinkflation is real.
At 6, CTV's Alexandra Hollick will share some expert tricks to save on treats this Halloween. And still ahead on CTV News at 5, standing tall above the rest. Coming up, we meet one of the tallest hockey players in the world who's facing off against others in Brantford. A popular snack sold at the Dollarama is being recalled. The dessert has been recalled by the Canadian Food Inspection Agency due to potential contamination. Find out what it is on our website. Scan the QR code or go to ctvnewskitchener.ca. The Ford government says it'll provide an update on the province's finances early next month.
Speaker, it's simple. Under the previous Liberal government, taxes went up and Ontario's credit ratings went down. Under this government, we're cutting billions in taxes and fees for families and businesses. Our fiscal prudence has left us ready to respond against the unprecedented times we are facing.
Ontario Finance Minister Peter Bethlenfalvy says the fall economic statement will be delivered November 6th. It'll come 2 days after the federal government under Mark Carney releases its first budget. Inflation jumped higher in September thanks largely to changes in gas prices and pressure at the grocery store. Annual inflation accelerated to 2.4% last month, up half a percentage point from August. Gas prices were up slightly on a monthly basis, but continue to fall year over year. Annual price hikes at the grocery store have trended higher since a low last year. National rent prices accelerated year over year in September, and travel tours saw a month-over-month price gain last month. Canada's auto sector has suffered another blow as General Motors is ending production of its Bright Drop electric delivery van in Ingersoll. The company says the decision is related to low demand and production won't be moved elsewhere. GM says the electric delivery van market has developed much slower than expected. The move comes after GM halted production at the Cami assembly plant in April. It had originally been scheduled to restart in November with a single shift. One of the tallest hockey players in the world is now playing in Brantford. Alexander Karmenov is 7 feet tall, 278 pounds. The 17-year-old was born in Moldova and was drafted by the Brantford Bulldogs this year. He's currently playing with the Brantford Titans Junior B team and has 1 goal, 3 assists in 6 games. An online hockey database has Karmenov listed as the tallest active player in the world. Colton Weens will have more on the 7-foot-tall defenseman coming up in the next hour. And finally for us, the popular series, The Handmaid's Tale, came to an end earlier this year, but it is being celebrated in Cambridge. Residents and visitors will see a lot of red cloaks popping up around the city over the next few weeks. A walking tour centered around the show is being offered since some of it was filmed in Cambridge. The tour is free to the public and has about a dozen exclusive exhibits with original props, production items, and photo ops for fans.
There is a map available at City Hall where you can start your tour. And then on our website is also a link to an online map where you can visit some of the most notable filming locations and take a tour on your own time and really experience the beautiful scenery that was highlighted in The Handmaid's Tale.
Under His Eye, the Gilead Experience starts tomorrow and runs until November 6th. Definitely a show that is supposed to be on your list if you haven't watched, but that's what I've been told because I have yet to see it. I'm going to have to check it out. All right, that's it for us. We're back at the top of the hour. Have a good night.